listening to KPG 66.5, Dinosaur Talk Radio, your favorite prehistoric podcast for research, entertainment, and all things dinosaurs.
Welcome all my dinosaur fans, my prehistoric enthusiasts, all my Jurassic Park lovers, Jurassic World, Land Before Time, Toy Story Rex, so many famous and favorite dinosaurs. Welcome in, my name is Dinosaur Ranger Anthony, and you're listening to KPG 66.5 Dinosaur Talk Radio. You'll see right away, I am a little bit of a different place, as you can see. So right now it feels like negative 24 outside. I went out to the Dino Bus this morning, put my little heater in there, and you guys, after 90 minutes, I could still see my breath. So it is just super, super cold. So we had to bring our podcast in today here into my studio. This is where I do my virtual lessons on OutSchool and on my Patreon club. So my indoor studio. So we brought the Dino Bus, or our Dino Bus podcast, into our studio here, and we're still excited to rock out episode number 10 of KPG 66.5 Dinosaur Talk Radio. Today is Friday, January 23rd, so shout out to my mom. Today is my mom's birthday, so happy birthday, Mom. I hope everyone else is having a great week. As for me, it hasn't been the greatest one. I've got some very, very bad news to share, you guys. So my Jeep broke down. That's right. My original Jurassic Jeep. It's in its Chief Blue. It's got my dinosaur decals on it. It's got the tire tracks, the dinosaur claw marks. It is gone. My Dino Jeep, you guys, or Jurassic Park Jeep, Stump Chomp Roar Jeep, whatever you like to call the Dino Jeep here in town, it broke down last weekend, so I left a birthday party. Well, tried to leave a birthday party. So shout out to Landon and then Luca, my birthday parties from last weekend. So you guys, my Jeep, the transmission. Long story short, it's the transmission. The transmission went out. I got two quotes, one for $7,000, one for $49,000, $5,000 there. So still not a very good sign. So, at the end of the day, I gotta really decide, do you put the money into an already old vehicle? It's 9 years old, over 100,000 miles. It's got a couple other issues with it, or would I rather like to put that money into a new vehicle, into the Dinosaur G.2? So I think I'm going to go with the new Jeep, but stay tuned on that one. But you guys, on another note, I'm up to, I believe, 107 or 108 shows for this year so far. Now, not completed yet, because that would be a lot of shows, but that I have booked for this year. So this summer has just been wild. I've been doing tons of marketing here at home, marketing for our summer show, our Tale of America's Greatest Dinosaur, my new show. So we've been doing tons of marketing, booking libraries, some child cares, some after-school programs, and it just been going so good. We're way ahead of where we were at last year. So tons and tons of success. So even though the Jeep isn't doing so good, the company is hopefully going to rebound and make it okay where we can get a new Jeep as well. Now go ahead and hit subscribe on my YouTube channel down below, you guys. You'll never miss an episode of KPG 66.5 Dinosaur Talk Radio. Now you guys, today we're going to talk about dinosaur diet. So what did dinosaurs eat? What did they eat? Did they eat donuts? I'm not sure. It would be great to have some donuts this morning, but I am not leaving the house today unless I absolutely have to. For tacos. That would be a good idea. I bet they wouldn't be very busy. But anyway, you guys, let's start segment number 1. Steggy's Pizza. We brought our pizza box into the house here, and let's go ahead and do it. One fact, everybody knows the rules. We're here at Steggy's Pizza. Move my coffee away for a second, and let's grab our pizza box from down below. All right, here we go. We've got our Godfather's Pizza, you guys. It's the good stuff. We're going to open it up. We're going to see what dinosaur fun fact we have for episode number 10. All right, here we go. The smallest fully grown fossilized dinosaur. Can you guys get this one? What is the smallest fully grown fossilized dinosaur? The Lesutosaurus. Lesutosaurus. Or Lay. Lay. You guys, there really isn't no totally wrong way to say a dinosaur's name. They come in all kinds of different languages and everything all around the world. But this one is the Lay or Lee. I would probably say Lesutosaurus. Lesutosaurus. Or the Lee. There's not two E's at the beginning. So I would go with Lesutosaurus. So this one, you guys, this fully grown, smallest fossilized dinosaur is 3 feet long by, do I got 1 foot? It's up to 1 foot high, but 3 feet long. So 3 feet long, 1 foot tall for our smallest fully grown. So it's not a baby, it's fully grown, getting up to 3 feet long, 1 foot high, #tiny. And that's the Lesutosaurus, our smallest fully grown fossilized dinosaur. But let's go ahead and move into our topic of discussion for today. We're talking about dinosaur diets. What did dinosaurs eat? We have all kinds of different dinosaurs. We've got carnivores, we've got herbivores, we've got piscivores, we've got omnivores, and hey, we got, like you guys, insectivores, right? You guys eat all kinds of insects. And I'm going to have my coffeeivore and have a sip of my morning coffee. Perfect to be able to keep us warm on this very, very cold day. But you guys, dinosaur diets. What did dinosaurs eat? Were they eating donuts? Were they eating pineapple pizza? Were they eating naughty kids? I don't think about naughty kids, unless maybe sometimes they possibly could. But they're eating all kinds of things out there in their environment, okay? We've got carnivores, herbivores, omnivores, piscivores, and more. Well, maybe not so much more, but those 4 ones are really going to sum up what our dinosaurs are eating back during that Mesozoic era, okay? So first off, let's talk about the carnivores. Everybody's favorite, the carnivores, like our T.rex right here. Our T.rex, you guys, is a meat eater. It eats meat. Now, not all carnivores had teeth, but especially the famous ones like T.rex, they most certainly did. 50 to 60 of these big sharp teeth. So you guys, carnivores are the meat eaters. All theropods, you guys, like T.rex. We got Carnotaurus, Ceratosaurus, Velociraptor, Cryolophosaurus, where we could just go on and on and on. I don't want to name my piscivores. Let me look at my table over there. All kinds of, do I see any, Megalosaurus, or Herrerasaurus, just all those meat eaters, those theropods. Now, not all theropods, well, I should say all theropods eat meat, but when we talk about piscivores later on, we'll talk about that a little bit differently. So the meat eaters, they're eating other dinosaurs. T.rex is hunting Triceratops, Parasaurolophus, Edmontosaurus, all kinds of ceratopsians and duckbill hadrosaur type dinosaurs. T.rex is a theropod. T.rex is eating meat, specifically other dinosaurs. Most have sharp teeth, some serrated like a steak knife you'd see in your kitchen, and they have great eyesight for hunting. So T.rex is looking for all kinds of food. It would be eating anything. Now, sometimes I hear, is T.rex a scavenger or is T.rex a hunter? Now, I think it would be a little bit of both. If T.rex found a quick meal that was just right there, it's going to eat it. If T.rex found a herd of Triceratops and one's going really slow, he's going to eat it. So T.rex is going to be eating all kinds of other dinosaurs. The carnivores are the meat eaters. Make a lot of sense, right? Carnivores, meat eaters, theropods with all kinds of sharp teeth. But not all meat eaters had teeth. And we'll talk about that too in a little bit. Let's go into herbivores. So herbivores are those plant eaters, okay? All sauropods and ornithischians are plant eaters. Brachiosaurus, Diplodocus, Margosaurus. Let's go. Those are some sauropods. Let's go into some ornithischians. Triceratops, Parasaurolophus, Edmontosaurus, Ankylosaurus, Stegosaurus. So all of those ceratopsians, all those stegosaurids, all those ankylosaurs, all those duck-billed dinosaurs, all those iguanodontids, those are eating plants. All the long necks, and then all those ornithischians are eating plants. They ate ferns, cycads, pine needles, ginkgo and glossopteris trees. So all kinds of plants back there. Now, something I always like to mention when I'm out at my shows, we watch the movies Jurassic Park, right? We love Jurassic Park. But dinosaurs didn't necessarily run always in a rainforest. So we see them off the island of Costa Rica, off there on Isla Nublar. So we know dinosaurs, they lived on our planet, but they didn't necessarily live in a rainforest like we'd see down in South America today. Now, I know that's for the movies, but a long time ago, Mesozoic era, we're going to have a lot more of conifer trees. So think of more forests. Dinosaurs are living more in forests. Now, yes, there is tropical regions. We're still getting ferns and cycad plants, you guys. But we are also having all kinds of pine needles in those conifer trees. We also have those ginkgo leaves and glossopteris leaves as well. So ferns, cycads, pine needles, ginkgos, glossopteris leaves, and all kinds of vegetation. Maybe even some little mossy things growing on a little like trunk of a tree or something. Or Stegosaurus can nibble some off of some mosses. Now, you guys, all kinds of teeth. So our long necks, all of our ornithischians have all kinds of teeth, okay? So we've got teeth that are flat. We got teeth that are in dental batteries. We've got teeth that are shaped like leaves, spoons, rods, pencils. We've got all different types of leaves for our plant-eating dinosaurs. As they're ripping the vegetation right off the branches, chewing it up possibly, and swallowing them, maybe even like Brachiosaurus, Giraffatitan, swallowing all kinds of vegetation whole. So those ones don't have very good, well-developed jaw muscles. We believe sauropods, many of them, are just swallowing their food. Can you imagine having a salad and then just swallowing it? That would be very difficult. Now, I would say maybe if you had a little bit of ranch, some Caesar dressing, and it's drenched, maybe you could get it done a few times, but it would be very difficult for us to be able to swallow our food whole. And that's what like our Brachiosaurus is doing. These dinosaurs, these herbivores, also have a very good, almost 360 eyesight for safety. They're able to see more all the way around them. Their eyes are on the sides of their head, like our Ankylosaurus right here. Its eyeballs on the side, they're more able to see around them. Wouldn't that be cool if we could see around us? But we're hunters, we're predators, like the Tyrannosaurus Rex. So we need to be able to look frontward facing. We got great depth perception. We're looking for all kinds of food. We're looking for the next meal. So our eyes are always pointing forward. Whereas our plant eaters, they're on the side. That's a little bit more for safety, so they can see all the way almost all the way around them. All right. So we talked about carnivores are the meat eaters, herbivores are the plant eaters. But let's talk about the omnivores. So we know we always hear about those omnivores. Those are like the referees in the battle between the carnivores and the herbivores. They're the ref. Ring the bell. Ding, ding, ding. All right, we're not quite up to the cage match yet. But our omnivores eat both meat and plants. So they're eating a little bit of both. And let me fix my microphone here. All right, sorry about that. My microphone is just, the stand's so cold. I mean, it's warming up now, but it was so cold, it's not able to stay up pretty good. But you guys, anyway, back to the show. Break. All right, we're back. All right, the omnivores, you guys, eat meat and plants. They're meat eaters and plant eaters, just like me and you. Our bodies, our stomachs are able to eat both meat and plants. So if a plant eater was eating meat, its body wouldn't be able to digest it. They would get a very bad stomach ache. Now, if a meat eater ate some plants and with some meat, nothing real big would probably happen. But the other way around, the plant eaters wouldn't properly be able to digest that meat. They would be totally getting maybe some Tums or some Pepto, because it would have a very bad stomach reaction, a stomach ache, I should say. So omnivores eating meat and plants. Now, some theropods are omnivores. That's right, not all theropods are totally meat eaters. So our omnivores are some theropods, let me say again, some theropods are omnivores. So we have like our ornithomimids, or like our ornithomimus or gallimimus. We've got oviraptor, we got the troodontids, we got the therizinosaurs like Therizinosaurus or our Dinosaurs. We got the eoraptor. So those dinosaurs right there, we believe somewhat having both a plant and a meat diet. So not all have sharp teeth, as we see in like many of our ornithomimids. Think of Gallimimus. That one's eating a little bit of meat. It has no teeth. How is it eating meat without no teeth? Well, it's just swallowing it, just like we see birds today. Just like how we see birds today. So not all have sharp teeth. Some had leaf-shaped teeth, and you guys, experts believe that these creatures are omnivores are eating 75% plant matter and 25% meat, okay? So they're not totally, it's not really a 50-50 diet. So more plants than meat, okay? Good morning there, David. Thank you for tuning on in. Let's see. That's right. Perfect. That's right. And hey, I'm in here. I don't know if you caught the very beginning, but we are inside the studio because it is negative 24 outside. It is just super, super cold. But anyways, you guys, those are the omnivores eating meat and eating plants. They're eating both meat and plants. Omnivores. All right, let's get to our last group for today. Those are the piscivores. Those ones are my wife's favorite. She loves seafood. We went on our cruise last month. She had seafood every night. As for me, I had meat every night. All kinds of red meats. We were having steaks, filet mignon, New York strips, fillets. I didn't have any T-bones. It was just all kinds of good. So anyway, piscivores are fish eaters. Now, some theropods are fish eaters. So I believe they would still go and eat a nice meaty dinner of another dinosaur. But these ones we suspect are eating fish as well, things out of the water. So some theropods are fish eaters, like my favorite dinosaur family, the Spinosaurids, Spinosaurus, Suchomimus, Irritator, Baryonyx. You guys, those have the cone-shaped teeth. They're very water dynamic. Some of them have the sails, an eel-like tail. Our Spinosaurids are piscivores. Now, I also read about some other piscivores. So I got a couple Dromaeosaurids. The Astroraptor and the Halskaraptor. Astroraptor and Halskaraptor. Those are two Dromaeosaurids, so like the raptor family, that I read could be piscivores. And then I also read about the Pelecanimimus, and that's an ornithomimid. That is another possible piscivore dinosaur. So our Spinosaurids, our Astroraptor, Halskaraptor, and our Pelecanimimus. Those are some dinosaurs that are eating all kinds of things out of the water. All sorts of fishes, maybe even a shark. Can you imagine an early shark battle between a Spinosaurus and some kind of, maybe even like a Suchomimus or something? Wouldn't that just be wild? Imagine. Or what about Mosasaur or a Plesiosaur, an Ichthyosaur versus like Spinosaurus? Those just would be totally wild battles to see, because some of them wanted to fight each other thanks to time periods and distance in the world and things like that. But you guys, still very cool, all kinds of cool creatures. Okay, recap. Carnivores eat meat like our T.rex. our herbivores eat plants like our longnecks and all of our ornithischians like ceratopsians, duckbills, stegosaurids, our ankylosaurids. Then we have our omnivores are eating both meat and plants. So think about our ornithomimids, our oviraptors, our troodontids, our therizinosaurs. And then we've got our piscivores, our spinosaurids, and then a few dromaeosaurids, and possibly even some other ornithomimids. So those are our dinosaur diets for today, you guys. Dinosaurs are eating other dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are eating plants. Dinosaurs are eating both meat and plants. And dinosaurs are eating fish and things out of the water. What about crustaceans? What about poor little Sebastian and Flounder? Would they get eaten by the Spinosaurus? Or what about the Little Mermaid? That would be very, very sad. But anyway, you guys, that is our quick dinosaur diets for today. And let's go ahead and scroll down and we'll get prepared for our indoor prehistoric cage match, okay? So our prehistoric cage match, we take 2 dinosaurs off of our spinning random genius creator or generator, and we see who would win in a battle between 2 prehistoric creatures. We got creatures that lived on land, in the sea, in the air, and we even got things from different time periods, from the Paleozoic to the Mesozoic and the Cenozoic. David, Mosasaurus would not dominate the Spinosaurus. That is not a contest that we are going to debate today, okay? I know the Spinosaurus for a fact, it is true, for a fact would beat the Mosasaurus. Spinosaurus would beat Mosasaurus. And what else do you have this here in the chat? Were there any worms during the Mesozoic era? And if so, which pterosaurs ate them? Would pterosaurs eat worms? That's a good call because we know birds eat worms. Birds are like T.rex. What if T.rex ate worms? And yes, David, we do have all kinds of worms, I believe. So I shouldn't say believe, for a fact, because back during our Cambrian explosion, which I know we just also talked about on my Patreon club on Wednesday, so great opportunity to shout out the Stump Chomp Roar Patreon club. You can become a member for only $5 a month and get one extremely exciting, fun, interactive virtual lesson with me, Dinosaur Ranger Anthony. But this last Wednesday, we talked about the Cambrian period. And remember, we got our 9 major animal phyla or phylum. So that's an animal group. So think of animals and other creatures, living things, are in a domain, broken up into a kingdom, and then into phyla or phylum. It's just how creatures of the world are broken down and classified. So worms definitely were on. They're all 9 major creature phylum, you can say it both ways, were created or existed in the Cambrian period. And that's like the first time period that really starts an explosion of all kind of life. And it's before the dinosaurs. So indeed, we had worms in the Mesozoic era as well. Now were they like worms we see in our backyard today? I'm not 100% positive, and I want to look that up later on today as I'm sitting there by the fire reading all kinds of literature and doing some research. But you guys, I believe there would have been some worms, but not sure if T.rex would have wasted its time on a worm. But what about pterosaurs, like David said? That would be a very good thing to research a little bit about today as well. But let's get to our spinning wheel, you guys. Let's grab our generator. We'll go to our prehistoric cage match wheel. We'll spin the wheel, and we'll see what we get here for today. Who will fight? Dun 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 dun. Let's see who we get. Let's see if we get a challenging name. And then I'm like, how do you say that name? And then I get all nervous and my ears get red. Is the wheel ever going to stop? Oh, I never spinned it. Silly me. All right, here we go. No wonder I didn't hear the little fun little noise with it. Dun 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 bum bum. Ooh, is that Brachiosaurus? The Brachiosaurus, my favorite sauropod dinosaur. All right, let's remove that one from the list. And I believe it's my mom's favorite dinosaur. So perfect on my mom's birthday that the Brachiosaurus was chosen. All right, let's grab another one. Who's going to fight the armed lizard, the giant of the Jurassic, up to 50 to 60 feet tall? Who will it be? The Baryonyx! We got the Battle of the Bees! Not the bees that fly around and buzz. Shout out to my mom as well, a local zookeeper down there in Hickman County. I believe is it Hickman County? The Hickman County Bee Club, I believe. Anyways, the baryonyx, you guys. We'll remove that one from the list. All right, we've got 2 creatures, all right? So now it is time to enter. Are you guys ready? It's time to enter into our prehistoric cage match. We've got the bell rung. The Omnivores are here to be our referees for today. Let's look at our dinosaur bottle and see some interesting facts. Our Brachiosaurus, you guys, up to 85 feet long, up to 50 feet high, and can weigh 50 tons, 100,000 pounds. They're a very large sauropod. They've got that forehead, their nose on their forehead, and they've got those bigger forearms. Brachiosaurus means armed lizard. Its front legs or front arms are bigger than their back legs. So, and when you think about it, most dinosaurs are the other way around. All right, that's Brachiosaurus. Baryonyx, up to 33 feet long, so a little bit shorter than Baryonyx when it comes to length. But Baryonyx is only 8 feet high. Our Brachiosaurus is towering over the Baryonyx, and Baryonyx only 2.2 tons. This is a Salus spinosaurid with up to 96 small conical-like teeth. And there goes my microphone again. But let's go ahead and do this cage match. We've got Brachiosaurus. We've got Baryonyx. They're both in the arena, you guys, ready for the battle, the showdown of the century. On this frigid day here in Omaha, negative 24 degrees, the Brachiosaurus walks on up. The Baryonyx takes a charge and is going to try and take down the Brachiosaurus. It nips at its legs a little bit as the Brachiosaurus kicks up its legs, brushing away the Baryonyx. No, David, not the Baryonyx for sure. We've got to know that the Brachiosaurus is towering over this little tiny spinosaurid. The Brachiosaurus whips its tail around. It whips its head down its large neck, taking up almost at least a third of its entire body. The Brachiosaurus striking blows. It's almost like a cat and mouse. The Brachiosaurus playing with its food. The Baryonyx is able, I'm sure, to get a couple strikes in at the ankles, kind of like a small dog. But at the end of the day, the Brachiosaurus would simply lift up its foot and slam down, pinning down our Baryonyx on the ground and calling it a day. Now remember, Brachiosaurus cannot eat the Baryonyx, so this meat would be going to waste. But we'll let all the little Compsognathus into the arena. The Compsognathus will storm the court, just like the Huskers for the basketball team when we go undefeated. Well, maybe not that good. I don't want, knock on wood, we got knock on wood. Go Huskers anyway. But you guys, our Compsognathus can come and eat and pick at the bones of the Baryonyx because our champion of today is our Brachiosaurus, the armed lizard. That's right. There we have it. Our Brachiosaurus, you guys, would definitely beat. Let me see if I can lift my microphone up some more. There we go. Our Brachiosaurus would beat the Baryonyx. Now, maybe if it was a juvenile, tiny Brachiosaurus, David, then maybe it would be able to win. But it's not. Today we are talking about full-grown Brachiosaurus, 50, maybe even 60 feet up into the sky, slamming down. It could simply just sit down. If the Baryonyx striked a blow, it could just lay down and squish it and then get back up and go back off to eat all kinds of pine needles back during the Mesozoic era. Never would have happened. I don't think so. David, that doesn't make any sense, but thank you so much for supporting the Baryonyx for today's battle. Episode 10 goes to the Brachiosaurus, my mom's also favorite dinosaur. So you guys, I couldn't go against, on my mother's birthday, pick a Baryonyx to beat the Brachiosaurus. It just wouldn't make any sense. What That one is completely fictional. It is not completely fictional. That is the true story. Put a stamp on it and send it out the door. But you guys, that is our prehistoric cage match of today. Now, you guys, thank you all so very much, all my dinosaur listeners, everybody that's tuning in to KPG 66.5 Dinosaur Talk Radio, listening on all those other podcasting platforms. Thank you all so very much for listening. Those episodes drop on Tuesday mornings at, I believe, 5 a.m. Central Standard Time. But remember, if you want to listen live, you can come to my YouTube channel, Stomp Chomp Roar. Listen every Friday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. But yes, I know sometimes kids indeed have to go to school if you're going to the public school system. And, yeah, you won't be able to listen to me, so you have to listen later on. Make sure to tune in. But you guys, so it has just been a crazy week here. The Jeep is sad to say. The Jeep is probably gone. But excited to see what kind of Jeep possibly comes up next. Think about the colors I could get. I could get an orange, a very pumpkin-like orange, or maybe a forest green, or a lime green, or what about like a khaki tan color that would look straight from Jurassic Park, the original. So all kinds of cool colors I could get. Maybe even I saw a gold. I want to get the purple. I don't want just a plain navy or regular blue or a regular cherry red. It has to be something fun and unique, right? It has to be something cool for the dinosaur guy. But anyways, you guys, also another shout out to my mom. Happy birthday, Mom. I picked today's topic partially because of her. Because Mama's cooking, you guys. You can never go wrong with Mama's cooking. I can't wait. Over spring break this year, we're going back to see my mom, who's down in Tennessee, you guys, for a week, and I can't wait for some of that good old Mama's cooking, you guys. She's going to be making great Mexican tacos. We're going to have some biscuits and gravy, just all kinds of good stuff. And I especially love, I know it's a simple recipe, but Mama's mac and cheese. It is just... You can never go wrong on a cold day like today, or even when you're a little bit down, to get some of Mama's mac and cheese. I gotta go look in the cupboards to see if I can make some shell macaroni just like my mom. So anyway, happy birthday to my mom today on her birthday. I can't wait to go back down to Tennessee. Now, you guys, a quick plug before we go. Do you have any dinosaur questions? That's right. Do you have any dinosaur questions? Because if you do, I want you to send them to me. If you go to my Facebook page, just search Stomp Chomp Roar. You'll see a picture of yours truly. Go ahead and send me a message. Say, hey, we're listening to KPG 66.5 Dinosaur Talk Radio. And go ahead and drop me a question or two. And I will love to be able to read your questions here on our episode. Whether we do a new segment where we do questions, or maybe even... we do one episode where the main topic is listener questions. I would love to do that. But anyways, you guys, always remember, thanks to the dinosaurs for giving us this passion. But this is our world now. Get out there, do something good, and never be afraid to show your claws. Dinosaur Ranger Anthony, signing out. We'll see you guys next time. Have a great weekend. Rah!